Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Now, outside of Melody and Miss Van, there has not been too many more cast members, or there's been a couple casts that I've actually liked and wished I could have seen more of, and that is Tiffany Lou. I actually did like Tiffany. I don't care what nobody say. I thought that she was great for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I like the fact that she asked the questions that the people actually wanted to hear versus skating around things or people not being able to say certain things because of them thinking about how they're going to be received with the cast. And I wish I could have seen more of Tiffany and Lou family dynamics with each other. And I actually liked Kiki. I hate the fact that she got a bad light. I hate the fact that Carlos did her dirty. Carlos the Scott. I hate the fact that they did her dirty on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I wish she had a chance to come back, redeem herself, and I was hoping that she had came back as Kiki the professor and showed them all. But now it's the Fletchers. I actually like the Fletchers only when they are in their own element, when they are tending to their own family business, their own family dynamics, instead of Carlos having the Fletchers mingling in all of the messy drama that should be above these two hardworking business people, pillars of the community. Instead of him having them all in this frivolous mess that nobody cares about, I feel as though the Fletchers are it. And now, like I said, I don't like messy Nell. When Nell is talking out the side of her neck about Martell and stuff like that, I don't like her. But when they are in their element, I love them. The Fletchers came on last season with a bang, and they were relatable. They showed that they are relatable, regardless of all the cracks in their foundation, with all of the issues that surround their immediate family. At least they were being truthful, and they were speaking about it. Regardless who was right, who's wrong, they were showing their true family dynamics in their own element, and and people were giving them rave reviews. And this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, it didn't disappoint me at all when it came to the Fletchers. Nell and Chris basically telling their overly grown kids to figure it out, stop coming to them all the time, to fork over money, to bail them out. It's a problem that a lot of people have today. And Nell and Fletcher, they were actually talking, but the way from the looks on their kids' face, they have heard this speech so many times before, to the point where the look on their faces was like, here they go again. They just, here go this broken record over and over again, because it's not what they say that's going to matter. It's the actions that the Fletchers take after they, do their whole, after they say what they need to say to their kids. It's going to take for them to actually put them sayings into action, and what actions they take after is going to be what matters the most. If Nell and Chris are serious about getting their kids out of their pocket and making them stand on their own 2 feet, they're going to have to show them and not just tell them, because Nell and Chris, they've admitted that they spoiled their kids. They admitted to growing up with humble beginnings and not having it all, and they turned out fine. So I don't understand why they are not using some of the hard lessons that they learned while they was growing up, and to make their kids see exactly what they're talking about. Nell and Chris own several successful businesses, so it's no reason for their kids to be out here acting a fool, going to jail. Little Chris have been in jail at least twice that we know of, and it seems like he hasn't learned his lesson, because his mom and dad shouldn't still be trying to get through to him. But with Nell, with her mindset, I don't think that she's going to change. I don't think that she's going to stand on her own words, because she stated before that she don't think that she don't like seeing a black man in jail, which tells me that every time there's trouble with her kids, she's going to run. She's going to open her pocketbook. She's going to write the check. She's going to send the lawyer. She's going to do whatever is possible, whatever is needed to get them out of the mess that they're in, so they can avoid jail. And in fact, that these little crimes that and I don't mean to say little crimes, because I'm saying little crimes only because there are so many, because these little crimes can lead to so many big, huge crimes. But the thing is, when they're adding up, when they're stacking up, they're stacking the deck against themselves. So if Chris and Nell don't teach them the hard lessons, then all of these lessons of going to jail with little Chris or whatever, getting in trouble, they're stacking the deck against themselves to the point where it doesn't matter what Nell thinks of that jail is not for a black man. She's not going to have any type of control to stop it, because they're going to trust me when he does something to the point where they're ready to make him do some real hard time. They're going to go back and look at the history. So Nell and Chris, they better start standing on their word, or these kids are going to continue to make a mockery out of all of their speeches. It seems like their speeches are just falling on deaf ears. They have several successful business. Why ain't little Chris working alongside his dad at the real estate office? I'm quite sure he can use some help going out there, putting up the signs and posting the listings and riding around, instead of Chris having to ride around to see if people like Martell has moved out of the house and stuff. He can use little Chris to do that. Since you want to, be in your car and be riding around, let me give you something to do. He can run the errands and stuff like that. Nell, I know they have Nell has her own daycare service, and I seen that her daughter, it looks like she's the receptionist or something. Then I feel as though, why isn't little Chris working there? He can be working in housekeeping and running the errands and stuff that Nell needs, instead of her sending Chris or somebody else to run the errands. He can run and get the lunches and stuff like that, or preparing lunches for the kids and stuff, instead of out here acting like a spoiled little brat. Because what's going to happen is he's going to steal from the wrong person, and they're going to wind up coming after Nell and Chris, because they feel as though you're breeding this menace, and so I want to be compensated for my items that's being stolen. I don't care how much time he do in jail. I'm still out of pocket for what I lost, and I want to be compensated. So Nell and Chris keep on running to his defense, and they're gonna have to run to and they're gonna have to wind up coughing up way more than just some bail money. Now they say that Lance had his own business, I believe. I'm not sure what type of business he have, but that's even more stupider for him running around town, getting locked up, acting like, he's something that he's not, or like he's above the law, just because his parents have money to bail him out. That's stupid. And when Nell mentioned that they have grandkids, when you have the parents who are not listening or not standing in their own, how are they raising the kids? So in other words, they're raising their kids in the same manner of how they think. And if they're stupid, they're thinking stupid, like, okay, well, my parents got it, my parents will do it, my parents will take care of it, then that's the same thing that they're putting in their kids' head. So I agree with Nell and Chris' concept of wanting their kids to stand on their own 2 feet and try to figure it out for themselves. But if they really want to get the message through, they're going to have to stand on their word and not just continue to have these talks. And Nell's going to have to come to grips with the fact that little Chris, he may just be, if she don't get some reinforcement on him, then she may have to get used to seeing her own black man in jail. That's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.